All right, welcome back, Foundations in Writing Honors class. This week will be week 3 or part 3 of our course, and we'll be talking about Edgar Allan Poe again, since he is an awesome American writer and he's super creepy and spooky, and I personally really enjoy him. I would like us to do one more week of him because he's pretty sweet. So this week we'll be talking about a story called The Cask of Amontillado, and it looks something like this, and I will attach it into our Google Classroom link right here. If that link doesn't work for you, you can just Google a Cask of Amontillado PDF. You'll find plenty of it out there. So in this story, it's also going to be Gothic literature. So we saw that last 2 weeks ago, I guess last time we had our honors meeting. We're going to be talking about the literary device of irony and how it's used in the story. So it kind of breaks down into two parts. So we have a verbal, and then we have situational irony. Verbal irony is when a character says something to another character, just dialogue, and their actions kind of contradict and contrast what they're saying. And we'll see that pretty heavily in this story. We also have situational irony, which is when the outcome of the story is totally not what you'd expect. So it's just very unexpected, which is also takes place in the story. Along with that, there's a couple of things I would like you to do as well. So I want you to choose one of the terms of irony. So I want you to choose verbal, or you can choose situational. It's totally up to you. Once you choose one, just highlight it for me so I know which one you're choosing. That would be really easy for me. And then down below, there are a few questions I would like you to kind of answer. So in your own words, where does this term play into the story? Where can we see verbal or situational irony? And then find a direct quote from the story that kind of indicates it. So go back to the story and just kind of copy and paste it in there. And then kind of dive deeper into that quote if you can and just say how this is an example. So I know that 1 and 3 are kind of similar. Just say number 1 is more of an overwhelming, where can this be found in your own words. Number 2, a quote that you directly see it. And then 3, like what words, kind of diving to the next level, the next ring down a little bit deeper, analyzing that line, saying where is irony found in that line specifically. And if you have questions about that, please let me know. And then part 2 for our other assignment, it's actually really super quick. So the beginning of this unit, we talked about, or actually, sorry, in our regular edition of this class, we talked about creative fiction and then kind of dramatic or plot structure. So we talked about exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and then the denouement. And we went over an example with Shrek, for example. So what I want you to do is choose one of the Edgar Allan Poe stories. It can be The Telltale Heart. It can be A Cask of Amontillado. And I would like you to fill out a dramatic structure kind of graph by yourself. So right below here is going to be the example of Shrek that I went over. And now I want you to fill out each section for one of the stories, okay? So just find out what the rising action was, the climax was, falling action, and the denouement. It doesn't have to be spot on exact, but I'd like you to try your best. So this week we'll be reading the story. It's kind of the first thing I want you to do. And then using this document right here that I'll share, just answer the questions down or below. And then you have the dramatic structure. And each one of those is going to be 5 points total. Okay, so you have 5 points for doing this and then 5 points for answering the questions. And I will keep tally on our honors grade sheet that I'll probably go over next time. But for everything that you do, I keep track of. And to get the honors credit, you have to do, I haven't fully decided yet, 85 or 90% of all the assignments. But we'll go into that later on. Anyway, for this week, it's just going to be those 3. So we have this one, and this one. It's going to be kind of light, considering that a few of us still need to work on the first Edgar Allan Poe honors assignment, and we also have a lot of things just kind of going on. So this week's going to be pretty light. Next week, or 2 weeks from now, next honors meeting, we'll hopefully be doing The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Some of you, I'm assuming, have watched the movie. It came out a few years ago. It's personally my favorite movie. We'll be reading the short story in 2 weeks. That's going to be super fun. Again, if you have any questions about this week at all, or any of the previous weeks, or anything for our regular foundations class, please let me know. All right, best of luck to you.